Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Front, your number one source for rankings on everything in entertainment. Today, we are going to go over the top 10 Disney animated films. Make sure to watch until number 1 because it's one of the best Disney films out there that I've ever seen. We took a lot of factors into consideration, and of course, this is mostly up to personal preference. Starting with number 10, we are going with Frozen. Frozen is one of the newer movies on this list, mainly for the reason that it managed to gain massive popularity, more so than any other Disney movie in recent memory. Now, we have plenty of young fans singing Let It Go as they follow along with Elsa in this musical with an entertaining story. Not to mention Olaf is an adorable character, isn't he? How could we leave this little fella out of this list? Moving on to number 9, we have Lilo and Stitch. Besides nostalgia, this movie did some really good things worthy of being on this list. It has been described by critics and fans as a grittier, sassier, and edgier film than what is usually expected out of a Disney movie. We happen to agree. We enjoy the dynamic between Lilo and Stitch as they learn to become friends. Not to mention the story of Lilo with her sister as well in a little more serious topic in trying to keep the family together. Just like with Frozen, Disney manages to make very likable fictional creatures, in this case an alien. Next, at number 8, we went with Mulan. No other Disney film explores the topic of family duty and honor more than Mulan. It attempts to take on gender roles as well as Mulan takes her father's place in joining the Imperial Army. Based on ancient Chinese legend that inspires a positive message about honor and self-sacrifice, Disney lived up to recreate the tale with captivating animation. Eddie Murphy also does an amazing job as Mushu, delivering wisecracks, keeping the audience engaged. Keeping it moving to number 7, we have Dumbo. Dumbo is an iconic film from Disney that tells a heartwarming tale about friendship. It talks on your emotions when Dumbo, an elephant who learns to fly, is excluded from the other elephants due to having such large ears. It manages to appeal to all age groups. It sends out the message that even seemingly bad things like defects could be what makes you special. Coming up at number 6, there's Tarzan, an entertaining film about acceptance and self-reflection. The movie manages to execute on a musical romance to go along with memorable action scenes. One of our favorite things are the character designs, which are very lovely. The movie does a good job telling the story of Tarzan with a few added elements that keep it intriguing. Some say it may be one of darker Disney films, and some aspects are, but they really just add to the movie. At the midway point at number 5, we have Bambi, an emotional film. This became an instant classic. Animation is great as always, especially for such an old film. Many see this movie as one of Disney's most controversial movies ever due to some scenes and the dark overtones. But we just see this as a brilliant executed story, although sad and shocking at times. Our favorite things about this movie is that it reminds us to enjoy the little things and appreciate the beauty of life. Moving to number 4, we have another classic in The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid is seen as the movie that ushered a new golden era for Disney. Yet another movie that can be enjoyed by both children and adults. This is probably one of the most joyous movies from Disney, an uplifting tale about a mermaid with great side characters that deliver great comic relief. Not to mention Ursula is also a classic villain who happens to be one of the more believable villains in her recent, making this movie all the more captivating. Starting our top 3 countdown, we have 101 Dalmatians, a film that's fun from start to finish and is considered another great classic. This is especially fun for kids as we follow adorable puppies, and we're also introduced to Cruella, who is one of Disney's more popular villains, if not in all of cinema. This is also probably the best Disney has done in adapting a book into an animated film. This is a heartwarming movie that we can't get enough of, and if you adore puppies as much as we do, then you'll like this as well. Second on this list goes to Fantasia, 1940. This is seen to many as Walt Disney's masterpiece. It was ahead of its time and considered to be one of Disney's most artistic ambitions. It is considered to have had a huge influence in the way music videos developed, and while this movie may not be for all, it's worth seeing at least once for the great visual storytelling coupled with engaging classical music make this a very unique film and ultimately a magical experience. The movie is made up of different segments or different stories, so that means you could come back to see your favorites without committing to the entire runtime of the movie, although we recommend you see them all at least once. Now for a few honorable mentions, there are an abundance of great Disney animations, so you can really put any in here, but we decided to put this one because it's one of our personal favorites, Peter Pan.
When you return to the ship, tell the whole crew to help themselves to me best rum.
Peter!
Here's your spirit, Smee!
Why, it's Peter Pan.
Scotty Brat!
Now the top spot in our list is The Lion King. We took other films into consideration, such as Pinocchio, but we decided the top on our list should be a film that is close to people's hearts and is also top of mind. The Lion King is undoubtedly one of the most popular films of all time in animation and managed to resonate with fans. We could go on and on about the story and animation to the humor, but chances are you already have seen the film and understand what we mean. Scar is arguably the most memorable villain in Disney, in large part due that he befriended his own family. The animation still manages to be incredibly impressive even to this day in this captivating and emotional musical. How can you not sing along to Hakuna Matata?
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
Do you agree with our list? Let us know down below. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos of very interesting top 10s and much more. Check out this playlist of my top 10 videos and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.